What is up, everybody? Shannon here, and today I am going to show you guys how I color with Copic Fluorescent, arguably the weirdest of all the colors. These 8 colors are so weird. They are such an outlier to the other Copic colors, and they act a lot differently. They blend a lot differently. I don't really know what it is, but they're just a little funky. And I have these fluorescents because I purchased the 72-piece set that has these in them. I did not seek these out. And I'm also not following the rules here necessarily on this swatch area, because I'm just going to swatch them all out for the sake of this video and to show you guys kind of the tutorial on how I use them. So right now I'm splitting them up. Or I have split them up. These are the warm colors. And now I'm sketching out, or swatching out, excuse me, the cool colors. And these ones look a little more, I guess, normal to other Copic colors. Let's get this one here. And I might have to move those markers because I am right-handed. They might get in the way. But, and these have also, when I bought these, they were still like FRV1 or FYR1. The naming convention for these has also changed since I bought these maybe 5 or 6 years ago. So I believe the new naming convention is like F and then red violet. That's it. I don't think there's a 1 or 2 maybe. Maybe there is still. I don't know. But for the sake of right now, I'm going to call this fluorescent red violet. Makes sense. This is my fluorescent, excuse me, YR, my orange. This is my fluorescent yellow, my fluorescent yellow green, my fluorescent green, fluorescent blue green, fluorescent blue, and fluorescent violet. Yeah, so essentially I've got these, I guess it's actually these 3 are warm colors. Yellow, green, green, blue, and violet are all cool colors. So it is not split evenly down the middle like I had once thought. Maybe it's because this looks so similar to this, the YG and the Y. I just assumed there was a lighter version of yellow. Well, I assumed wrong. So we've got 3 warm and 5 cool. So what we have on this template here is 3 kind of jungle illustrations. Just they're line art meant to guide you on your coloring journey. And so basically they're just there to kind of help have something to color. Otherwise these would be blank rectangles and there's no fun in that. So I'm going to use, with this one here, I'll just use these 3 colors and start with that. So, or maybe I want to put violet in the background. Why not? Let's do that. Let's put violet in the background and kind of get this thing started. I'm using the Super Brush nib, and I'm just kind of gently adding in color. I'm not pressing too hard to the paper. That's what I mean by gently. Sometimes people press really hard to the paper and then the ink just kind of spreads or puddles and pools, and that is no fun. I also want to mention I'm using a Nina premium cardstock. I believe this is 110 pound. Surprisingly, it works really well with my printer. The black ink seems to print really well. Printing line art, that is. Yeah, just in general, I love this Nina cardstock. I can buy like a 250 or like a 300 sheet ream, excuse me, for a very competitive price. So, but if you like sketchbooks and having all your stuff in one place, I definitely recommend a sketchbook. But for printing purposes, I do print a lot of line art just to experiment. I don't always want to draw new things. I just want to have something to color to try out my palettes. And that's what this template is for. Trying out different palettes. So that is the fluorescent violet. And it's pretty bright. I'm going to pull out, side note, my Copic swatch cards here. Let me get to the violet area, just the general violet. And I'm going to hold up. I love my swatch cards, by the way. This is like the best $5 investment I've ever made. It's so easy. I can just like flip through to any, because I did end up buying all of the 72 sets. Call me crazy, but I use Copic markers so often that after a while I just would save up money knowing that it had to be done. So, yeah, because it's an investment. But man, it is an investment that has paid off. These markers took me through art school. Shoot, I've had some markers over half my life now, so definitely, in my opinion, worth it if you know you'll use them a lot, especially. Anyways, back to my blue-violet card. I'm trying to see what could be closest to this fluorescent violet, but without the vibrancy, maybe like BV13. That's probably the closest thing I can think of. Let me swatch that next to it just so you guys can see. And I know you're viewing this from a phone camera, so it's maybe not going to look as like vibrant from a camera, but that was just the Copic Chow version of BV13. And that's a relatively saturated color. Like it starts with a 1, so it's, you know, saturated, and it is very dull next to the violet, fluorescent violet, excuse me. So, and that's probably the closest other color that compares. It's very, very bright. So fluorescents, they live up to their name. They really do. Okay, now let's show how like they blend together. Maybe I'll do that in the small flower, and if that's not easy enough to see, I'll move over here maybe with some like greenery and whatnot. But I'm going to try and blend, or show you how I blend, these two warm colors, the red-violet and the yellow-red or orange. So I'm going to start with my darkest color, which is that red-violet. I'm just going to flick it up from like the root of these petals. And I'm just going to go around, do my best not to overlap in the middle area. Down here, there's not going to be as much because the petal kind of gets cut off. But I can still add a little bit of orange there. Okay. Now I'll take that, this very bright orange, and I'll move that cap real quick. Try and like flick into the pink. Okay, yeah, looks pretty good. Blending into the pink. So far, so good. I think it's actually blending pretty well. Luckily, I actually chose one of the easier blends, quite frankly, because they're so close in value. And they don't make a huge like color jump. Blending like these two together, this is a lot darker than this one. Would take more ink on the behalf of the lighter color. When in doubt, buy Copic ink and refill your light colors. Your light colors always run out faster. I mean, I'm having to do so many more layers of my lighter color here just to soften this blend. So, note to self. Look at Copic ink discounts and look when the light colors go on sale. And jump on it. You will use them. Okay, so I use many layers of this YR to blend with the pink, but all in all, I think this actually blends pretty smoothly. I'll add a few more flicks of this pink, this fluorescent red-violet. And then I think I'm going to move on and try and blend over here. And, or, yeah, maybe this big shape right here by the ladybug. I will use that. So, I mentioned before, actually I might not have mentioned this before, but fluorescents are kind of strange. They can blend well within the fluorescent group, these 8 colors, but sometimes when you try them, sometimes, and more so with the warms, but if you try and blend these with colors not fluorescent, sometimes they look just a little odd, like they don't blend quite the same. And there's something chemically, I don't know what it is because I've never seen the Japanese factory, but something to make them so bright is in this pigment. I don't know what it is, but it makes it kind of different chemically, and it mixes different chemically than the other, 350 standard colors. So I'm going to flip through my swatch cards and get to the green area. Okay, and I'm going to hold it kind of near this green, and let's try and see. Maybe like YG05? That looks pretty close. Yeah, okay, YG05. Let's go with that. I'm going to grab, let's see, YG05. I have it in a sketch. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm just going to take note, YG05. Okay, it's a little bit lighter. Maybe I could have went with like YG07. But for now, let's just stick with this, okay? So, I'll just hold this guy off to the side. YG, the fluorescent green. Okay, so maybe, yeah, I'll go with these shapes down here. I'm going to flick the color up. And this is that fluorescent green. And the reason this template also has a lot of jungly leaf patterns is because in nature, naturally, there's not a whole lot of things that are fluorescent naturally. You know, there's like the Amazon jungle and jungle plants and whatnot, frogs, you know, really bright birds and parrots and whatnot too. So that's kind of where these illustrations came from with that in mind. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of things that are like this bright naturally. It's usually artificial blends or dyes or something that makes things this bright. And it makes me question when my food is this bright. What am I eating? But, okay, so that was the fluorescent green. Now I'm going to take this regular old YG05. Same with the flower. I'm going to start at the top and kind of flick into it. And for the sake of just proving me wrong, this is actually working really well. In the past, when I've experimented with non-fluorescents with fluorescents, sometimes they turn out odd. So maybe it's because these markers are very close in value. Maybe I should have chosen something lighter. That could have been my mistake. Maybe with these kind of cactus colors, let's try it again. So good job, YG05. You made me look like a fool. That's okay. I'm glad I know now. So let's go with YG. Let's look at those swatch cards again. Okay, back to the YG. Let's go with 00 or 21. I don't know, but let's look at that. YG00. Oh, this is dry. I need to refill that. So next best thing, YG21. Let's see if this is dry. I've owned Copic markers for probably 14 years. Like, it is amazing that some of them aren't dry yet, quite frankly. Okay, YG21. Okay, good. This looks very different. Well, not very different, but enough that it's obvious. YG21. Okay. Let's try it with these cactus shapes. And this is the darker one, so I'm going to start with YG21. And I'm just going to flick it up. I'm going to keep my blending really simple today because we're trying to figure out these fluorescents. Okay. Got 3 of these shapes. Last one. This is really fun. I have not experimented with fluorescents for a little while, so it's always great to just print out a template and like relearn some things, especially when, you know, time goes by and you forget. That's always going to tighten up the skills. Oh, grab the wrong one. Serves me right for trying to multitask. Okay. FYG. Okay. So going down, kind of going into it. This yet again. I am proven wrong. It's actually working really, really well. Maybe I just used crappy paper before. Now I'm using thick paper that can handle layering. It really does make a difference, all sarcasm aside, when you use good quality paper. For example, because, oh my gosh, like that actually turned out really good too. I need to find a way to make it not turn out good. But if I flip this over, like, yeah, you can see I've definitely layered some areas, but overall, like, my desk is still clean. So choosing thicker paper, good quality paper, is just a deal breaker. Okay, I got a squeaky chair. Let's blend these two blues together. And then maybe I'll do one more thing over here and call it good. Dark blue. Always start with the dark. Or that's how I roll. It's always been how I've used Copic, so I always start with the dark. Okay, I'm going to leave a little bit of space for that light blue. Or like the blue-green, excuse me. Because these nice little dots, this little stippling effect, makes me feel like maybe the sun is setting. I don't know. You know, maybe I should have chosen different colors, not two blues. But basic old me, the sky is blue. Color the sky blue. So that's what I'm trying here. Other blue, or blue-green. Let's get it. Kind of flicking down into the color. So far, so good right there. I'm just going to add that color in the background. Same there. Perfect. Okay, now I have to blend. Avoid ladybug. Whoop. Okay. Okay, let's add some of that ink there. Make sure that blend is good. Whew, okay. That worked out really well too. Dang, these fluorescents are way nicer than I expected. Okay, well, shoot. Looks nice to me. Okay, with that being said, maybe I try and blend. Trying to remember when I've used this in the past, where was I stumped? I am going to use this pink with another pink. In fact, I already know what I'm going to use. I'm going to use, hold on, gotta get to my red violets. Okay, I'm going to use the color called Shock Pink. This one is not a fluorescent, but when I first bought it or got it, I thought, wow, it's like a fluorescent. Like, how can it not get any more bright? Well, apparently it can. So I'm going to call those flower petals for the sake of this demo, or maybe I'll go over here. Sure. So, but I'm going to swatch this next to the FRV. And if this turns out well, then just throw out the window what I said earlier. And these colors aren't weird. They blend wonderfully. Like I said, I think there's something with some of these colors that maybe just isn't as easy. And it could be the warms. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out very soon. Okay. So, I'm going to take... Oh, wrong chisel. I mean, that was the chisel, wrong side. Okay. So, I'm going to lay my hand on top of all these markers here. Ooh. And start from the top and flick the color down. Okay, call that good. Maybe a little bit right there. Sure. Same over here. Oh, so satisfying, that swooshing sound of a marker. That's going to be a big area to blend. I am looking forward to seeing how that looks. Okay. And then over here-ish. I'm just trying to see so I get the shape correct. Okay. Okay, we'll call that good. Just for the tutorial. Okay, this is RV04. Now let's take the fluorescent red violet. And I am curious to see how... Oh, yeah, this was the color. Just turns out really subtractive. And sometimes, like, the warm marker colors, again, they're it's a chemically made color. It's an alcohol-based pigment. So this makes sense. This kind of reaction on the paper, especially from a regular alcohol marker, wouldn't happen, first of all. And second of all, with a water-based marker, this kind of reaction also wouldn't exist. So it really is different for the alcohol-based pigment. And even then, I have flicked the color in to the other ones so gently, it's really probably on a camera, to those viewing this, not even noticeable. To me, looking at it with the naked eye, I can tell there's a little bit of funky stuff going on. But in a camera, like, you probably can't even tell. Okay, well, dang. I think these colors, as funky and as weird as they are because they're so dang bright, they truly are consistent. I do own the refill ink of this pink. And that refill ink is crazy bright too, and it's color consistent. Like I said, I've had many of my markers for 8 to 10 years. And if I bought B00 8 years ago and then I bought it today, it's literally the same ink. So what I really love about Copic is how color consistent they are. I mean, what other fluorescent markers actually blend this nicely? I'd be shocked if there are any other fluorescents that look this bright, have this much quality, and don't like eat away at your paper like acid. Like, these are phenomenal markers and they work really, really well. So I'm not gonna, finish the rest of this coloring here. I think the general gist of blending with these fluorescents has been covered. But yeah, print this out, swatch them out. You don't have to, fit into all the boundaries. Clearly, I just completely bombarded those rules. But yeah, try them out. And these fluorescents are they're fun. Going into this video, I hadn't used them in, like I said, maybe 8 years, just because I don't draw a lot of things using fluorescent colors. But trying out this template and giving it a go has really given me a perspective of, wow, these markers are just as nice as the rest of the 350. And if I create anything that needs to be bright, you betcha I'm using these. They are phenomenal. So I really hope that you print this out and give it a go yourself. Try blending with a fluorescent and a non-fluorescent. See how it goes. Maybe I don't know something and you do. So please use the hashtag Copic with us. And I'm really excited to see how you guys use your fluorescent Copic markers.